Welcome back, and today we're gonna be talking about ID Invaded episode 9, and we got a lot of information regarding everything. So, like always, let's just jump into it. So episode 9 opens up exactly where we left off. Sakaido going into the other machine to go inside Kiki's well. And we learned in this episode, he wakes up, and since this never been tested or done before, going like inside a well, within a well, he pretty much remember everything about himself. He remembers his family, who he is, that he's not the detective, and all, he remembers everything. And he wakes up literally in his room with his wife and kids still alive right before the events of the Challenger kidnapping his daughter and, doing everything that he did to her. So it was pretty sad because Sakaido, even though he knows his family is dead and this is not the real reality, he's inside the well, he kind of hugs them, kind of like trying to get that love, right? Like that love of his family that he's not going to be able to get anywhere else, just inside the machine. And on top of that, we know that he was supposed to get ejected for 10 minutes. Like after he went inside, after 10 minutes, the drill murderer over there is supposed to like eject him out, and that hasn't happened. Now I'm wondering if it's because there's a different like time lapse within the two wells, like maybe 24 hours here, it's only like 1 minute in the other well. Just depends, kind of like the whole Inception kind of thing going on right now. But Sakaido pretty much tries to stop what's going to happen to his family in this reality. And it's insane because he goes to the Challenger, right? He knows who he is. He remembers everything. He knows about the future and everything that happened. He knows who all the murderers are and where they live and what they've done. He knows everything. So he goes to the Challenger's house with Momoki. And so Momoki and him used to work together. They were really close friends, I'm guessing, from back in the day when they were actually looking for the Challenger. And they find the house, they go in, and Sakaido was like, last time I came over, I came in guns blazing because I was trying to beat the SWAT team. But now that I know who you are, we're going to fight man to man. And man, this fight was amazing, okay? Now, I thought Sakaido was going to stand a chance. My dude got beat, okay? He got his ass beat, but he had a gun. So he was shooting the dude like 87 times. He shot him like 47 times, and the Challenger was still going. This dude was strong. Like, I don't know if he was like a professional fighter or maybe he did it as a hobby, but he wanted to actually go ahead and start killing people because we learned how all these murders are being made now. We know the method that John Walker was using to create all these different murderers. But the Challenger was always fighting, like, I guess, weaker people. Sakaido called him out. He's like, yo, you always been fighting like weaker man. How about you fight somebody as strong, like a real man? And I mean, even though Sakaido got his ass beat, Sakaido still got that kill, okay? He shot him in the legs, in the stomach, in the chest. One kind of hit him in the face. I mean, that dude took a lot of shots, and he was still fighting. He effed Sakaido up, but it was amazing. I loved the fight. It was realistic. It was, it was a good fight. It was animated very well. I loved it. And there was blood everywhere. I mean, it was a fight to the death. And Momoki, when he finds pretty much the Challenger dead and Sakaido all beat up, he's like, gonna get help. And he goes down to the basement and we find Kaeru, okay? So Kaeru is there, and we also find out that she is also that Kiki person that was in the hospital, and she disappeared without a trace and caused like 8 different nurses to like have a coma or something like that, and they're all fainted, and we know exactly why that happened now, okay? Kaeru, or Iki, however you want to call her, she has an ability where she can broadcast her dreams or her thoughts to other people. And on top of that, right, because you would think, oh, well, that's not like a bad thing, right? Well, it really isn't, but John Walker was the first person to go inside her dream. And on top of that, he would murder her and stuff like that over and over and over for years. However long this has been going on, she's been getting murdered. And then John Walker took the pleasure of bringing other murderers inside her dreams to kill her. And they will all take different turns, killing her on different nights. And, this is happening to one person over and over and over and over. Their brain is not going to be that functional. I mean, the PTSD she must have is on another whole, like a different level. And I'm pretty sure whenever she broadcasted that to all the other nurses in the wing, their brain couldn't handle that much pain, and they all just fainted. And I think that's what happened. But John Walker is inside the police. That was confirmed because the face ripper, the guy that was inside her dream ripping the nurse's face, he was going inside Kaeru and her room and kind of like killed her. And she was expecting it. She knew what was going to happen because this is not the first time she goes through this. And Sakaido was able to stop him, but right before that, he mentioned, "Oh, are you with the police? You must be like the one, with us, because if you're in here trying to kill her, that must mean that you're with the police. And on top of that, it's my turn. Like, why are you doing here? It's supposed to be my turn killing Kaeru." And Sakaido wasn't having it. So we learned exactly the method that John Walker is using to get all these people to commit murder. Because once he gets them in there so many times, eventually they'll want to actually do it in the real world, right? Because technically they're not committing a crime right now. But once they take their actions into the real world, that's when, the crime happens, and that's how they're being turned into a murderer. Now, we actually learned in this episode that Sakaido went and faced the face ripper also, and I'm pretty sure he got some information out of that, right? He used his skills to make him commit suicide. Like he already went through this. I'm pretty sure he already did this with the real face ripper in the real world when he got arrested. But now he pretty much did it again, but I'm pretty sure he got some information about John Walker. Maybe he even knows the true identity. That would be insane, because I can't wait for the next episode. I mean, all these episodes are getting better and better and better as we go on, especially when we get more information. Now, regarding as who I think John Walker is, I'm thinking it's the director, like the old guy. I'm thinking it's him. Just because when they go inside these dreams and all that stuff inside the wells, they all kind of look the same, right? And we got a close up to John Walker's kind of like face, and he did have gray hair, but maybe that's a dead giveaway, right? I'm thinking it's the director because he has that look of like, a manipulator, and he can do all these sort of things. I could be wrong. Maybe that's what the people behind the anime are trying to get us to, saying that it's him, but really it could be somebody else. What if it's Momoki? Who knows? But for right now, I'm gonna go with the director, the old guy that pretty much said that Momoki was the John Walker and blame him and frame him. Maybe it's him. We'll have to see. I'm pretty sure we're gonna find out. But man, this episode was amazing, and just the whole even Sakaido knowing that this is not reality, he's still trying to change reality in his world, and it's gonna be in vain. Now I'm wondering why it's taking so long for everything for him to get ejected. Like, it has to be that time difference between both wells. And I kind of want to see what's going on with the drill guy over there, right? Maybe he died. Oh, that could be it too. Maybe he died. Maybe he died of dehydration and can't eject him. And what if we lose Sakaido forever? What if he can't get out? Because they're going to have to send somebody else in to eject him. And that's already a hard task, because you saw how much they had to walk in the quicksand and everything. So I don't think there's a lot of people that can actually do that. Now, another important note that we haven't talked about is Handamoshi. Where is she at? Because we did not see her at all in here. So is she in another well or something? Because supposedly she was supposed to be inside this one, and she's not. We haven't seen her. Maybe next episode we'll get a little thing of what she's doing and how she's figuring out. Because I think she's gonna be like another murderer. I don't think she's gonna be like that good detective like everybody thinks she is. I think she's maybe like being converted now into murder. Like maybe the John Walker already has her, and he's talking with her, convincing her, and just using his manipulation skills to convert her into a murderer. We'll have to see. But I want to see what Handamoshi is doing and everything. So this episode definitely answered a lot of questions. We know exactly why Kaeru is in all the other ID wells that they go into, because all those killers had one thing in common. John Walker was bringing them into her dreams and not making them, but pretty much their curiosity of trying to kill somebody. They were living it in her dream, killing her over and over and over without really committing a crime and having to, go to jail for it. But, as murderers go and they get that experience, they always want to chase that high, right, of killing somebody. And at a certain point, the dream wasn't enough, so they went and did it in the real world, and that's how they all are connected. Yes, they all killed Kaeru in her dreams. They all tortured her, and John Walker was the person behind it. So let me know what your thoughts on this episodes were. I know we got a lot of information. I'm sure I missed some because there was just so much to talk about. So let me know what your thoughts on this episode were on the comments down below. Leave me a like, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.